You're watching the Target Maui Pro, the 10th and final stop on the Samsung Galaxy Women's Championship Tour. Heat 4 of round 3 hitting the lineup now. Australia's Sally Fitzgibbons up against South Africa's Bianca and Hawaii's Coco Ho, Ronnie Blakey with Rosie Hodge. And Rosie, this day just got very, very interesting indeed. The last heat saw Nikki Van Dyke moving directly through to the quarters, and Courtney Conolog and Joanne Defay relegated to round 4.
To advance through and take that spot from Nikki Van Dyke.
Well, here we go, a bit of movement here. It's Bianca who gets the first ride. That silky backhand approach that she has been helping her fetch solid numbers here in Maui these past 2 years. It's just a short wave though, 23.5 minutes to go. And behind her, looks like Coco Ho is going to swing on a smallish ride. But Coco has that compact approach. She can get a lot of moves done in a short space, but on that occasion she takes a fall. So Sally Fitzgibbons now left with priority out the back. And it's kind of worked out pretty well for the surfer who's been patient from the outset.
And found herself in that second priority. You got to know that, you know, these waves are detonating on that shallow inside. It'll keep you inside. You can spend a lot of energy trying to get back out for an average ride. So you really want to be patient. Find yourself on the bombs.
Here we go, Coco Ho. Great bottom turn, but the top turn she got a little caught up, and it leaves her stuck behind the section. Coco, like Sally Fitzgibbons, surfing in her 7th year on the championship tour, and both competitors just seeking a fresh feel with their equipment. Sally Fitzgibbons is working on a whole new quiver with JS, and Coco Ho adding a bit more length to her boards, a bit more foam in her equipment. And from what we've seen so far in this event, those changes seem to be working for both surfers as Sally digs into her first turn. Second move is strong too. Looking to mix things up down the line. She gets one of those trademark cut down calves in, but falls on the end section. 21 minutes remaining. Talking about a world title race in the final event and not having Sally Fitzgibbons in the mix.
She has been one of those people that have been challenging for a world title for so many years. You see that just wraparound carving maneuver. Sally, she's one that always puts hard work into her surfing. You can see it start paying off here. That board looking zippy under her feet. It's that maneuver, that section unfortunately going down, but really attacks that lip. So I love the way that Sally's finding that read and drawing her line on this wave, getting critical.
And out the back, Bianca, she finds herself a nice looking wall, getting some speed. Let's see if she can find some open face down the line. She does. A good read, a tricky section to work with, throws her board vertically for a moment. And just working this one over now. Well, just over 19 minutes to go and the score comes through for Fitzgibbons, a 7.93. She's out in front now. Bianca chasing a 1.77 to get into the lead. Coco Ho is after a 5.44.
She's been on such a great roll. I mean, so many quarterfinals back to back, and I can see her, you know, making it through to the semis and playing that spoiler. She says it's out of her mind, but I think, you know, when it comes down to it, Nikki's going to do the surfing she needs to do.
Well, here we go. Surfer in white, Coco Ho finds some cover on the inside, still gunning. Oh!
Wow.
She was deep inside that barrel. A couple of really tricky sections to deal with as the wave compressed and then opened back up, and Coco found the exit. And she is buzzing. Let's have another look at it.
Yeah, you see Sally was even having a sniff at that wave. Coco does that stall, like you mentioned, just negotiates tricky sections, just able to glide through that one, even avoids that guillotine lip.
Great read. Must look good from Dad's angle out there in the channel. Here it is from the cliff top, looking down, that poor man's helicopter angle that you love so much, Rosie.
I love this angle. You just get to see all the little bit of footwork that's happening there as she just disappears. Rides through that, pumps through that section, gets low, avoids that lip. Boom. Coco just really coming away with something special there.
And the score is in with 16 minutes to go. Coco Ho posts a 9-point ride. She is out in front. Amazing barrel ride. She's still just chasing a 2.67 to get into the lead though. Bianca Buitendag holding on to the number 1 position with a 6.17 and a 5.5.
Exactly, and the sun even came out for us, so we're pretty stoked. As you see Sally Fitzgibbons on her second wave of this heat. Wow, big turn, a lot of spray. You can see Sally just really laying into these turns, wrapping it around, flowing beautifully. She knows she has to answer back to Coco's 9-point ride, finds that Kahiki ball. Ooh, reverse there from Sally just to end off that ride. Good variety, mixing it up.
I'm loving what I'm seeing from Sally Fitzgibbons, that big smile on her face, but she looks to be competing with just a little bit more recklessness. She's throwing a little bit more into her turns. She's usually so controlled, and 9 minutes remaining, and Sally Fitzgibbons has put another solid score on the board, an 8.67. She's now out in front, where we're used to seeing her and Bianca Buitendag and Coco Ho are going to have to fight to get the lead back. Sally on a bit of a tear out there at the moment. Round 2, she went into that first heat of round 3 and just continued to blitz these big walls on her back end. But out in the lineup right now, it's Sally Fitzgibbons up once again, and with third priority, willing to take a chance on one of these medium-sized sets. Really choosing her words carefully, because it wasn't like she was dissatisfied with the equipment that she was riding. She had a number of championship tour wins riding Firewise, but she, in her 7th year on the championship tour, is just eager to get, as you said, a fresh feel under her feet, and it looks like she's found it. The heat recap. There's been plenty of highlights in this clash. Bianca Buitendag, she's in second spot at the moment on the strength of a couple of rides, but she needs a 2-wave total now to get herself into the lead of 16.61. Sally Fitzgibbons has been on a tear.
See Sally Fitzgibbons really mixing it up and able to throw in those maneuvers that she's been working on. Goes down on that one, but Coco Ho, beautiful surfing from her, lines up this wave. Barrel of the day for me. Such a beautiful perspective there, negotiating those sections.
We saw Nikki Van Dyke get herself a 9.5 for a tube, but she also came out and got a nice floating re-entry in. So maybe that score would have gone a little bit higher had Coco added a manoeuvre to the inside, but the wave shut down pretty quickly. And Sally, she's just been building momentum throughout this clash. She's been able to convert smaller rides into big numbers with a really varied approach to the lip, mixing things up beautifully. And that one reels off with nobody. Let's see if Bianca opts to go. Sally will hope so. She is going to swoop. Drops to the bottom. Drives up into this first section. Clean snap, but also just a little mistake riding out of that manoeuvre. And she brings this one right through to the inside. The wave's going to shut down. 1 minute remaining. Coco's not going to look at it. Sal swings. A smaller wave, but a beautiful wall stretching out. Fitzgibbons gets a strong first turn, bringing this one through to the inside. And gets a solid snap to finish off as we throw back to Coco Ho. She was in the barrel there for a moment, just 15 seconds remaining. It looks like this one is going to come to a close with Coco chasing a score as the onside announcer calls this heat out. Sally Fitzgibbons will get that last spot in the quarters, and it will be Bianca Buitendag taking on Courtney Conlog in Heat 3 of Round 4, and Coco Ho will surf against Joanne DeFay in Heat 4 of Round 4. Sally Fitzgibbons through to the quarterfinals. What a day it has been, Rosie. Can't wait for the post show.